Hello, my name is Darren Thomas. I'm the Director of Educational Research Techniques. In this particular video, we're going to take a look at the Zotero reference management software. And what Zotero allows you to do is that it allows you to pull information from the internet so that you are able to cite your sources inside a word processor and also to make a bibliography. All this is done automatically for you through several clicking with the mouse. And so what I want to do is I want to kind of show you the big picture of how this works. We're not going to demonstrate how to install this program into your computer. That's something you need to talk to with your IT or to figure out on your own time. But what you need at the end of the day is you need 3 separate pieces of software that all kind of have the name Zotero attached to them, but they serve different pieces, different functions within the broader picture. So whether you're using Firefox or Chrome, in this example I'll be using Firefox, you need something called the Zotero Extension. I think it's called Zotero Connector, that's the technical term. And what Zotero Connector or Extension does is that it communicates with the actual Zotero program that you need to install on your computer as well. That's how it works. Another piece of information you need, or program you need, is the Zotero plugin for LibriWriter, or if you're using Microsoft Word, the plugin for Microsoft Word. In this example, in this video, we'll be using LibriWriter because that's what's available in a Linux system. And so that's a separate piece of information software you need as well. And of course, you need the actual Zotero program as the foundation of everything. And so what happens is this. I'm going to talk about this theoretically, and then I'll give you an actual example, several actual examples. The Zotero extension, what it does is that it pulls the information you want for your research. It pulls it from the internet and stores it inside the Zotero program. And what happens is that when you are using your word processing software, the Zotero program will send whatever information you want to put into your actual document inside your word processor into using the Zotero LibriWriter software. That's how it works. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to take a closer look at the Zotero extension and how it looks inside Firefox. So here I'm inside Firefox, and I know it's very hard to see given the resolution of my computer, but if you look closely, there's a little Z right here in my, my heading next to my address bar. And this right here is the Zotero icon inside your actual browser. And what happens is that this icon changes based on the type of information that is on your computer screen. So right now it's a Z, but here if I switch to an article, you'll notice that it goes from a Z to like a little piece of paper there. And if I go to a book, notice how I change it to a book now. And then of course if I go to a website, it becomes a little tab here. So what happens is that the icon will change based on the information that is on your screen. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is the Zotero plugin for LibriWriter. Again, it looks the same inside Microsoft Word. And so up here off to my left, you can see here the plugin for Zotero inside LibriWriter or Microsoft Word, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm going to show you how these works in a minute, but right now I'm just trying to show you the big picture so you know where we're going. And then last but not least, I want to show you the actual program itself. So this is Zotero, the reference management system, the database, if you will, that you run this stuff in. Right here to your left-hand side right here, if you can see this, I hope, all over here, these are the different articles and books that I've saved over the years. When you first use the program, this will all be blank, of course. But this is what I have after many, many years. So I have the titles, I have the creator or the author, and also the year right here in these columns. And then over here off to the right is detailed information about a particular file or a particular article that I want to look at. So you can see here that the amount of information it gives you kind of varies depending on how well it's able to pull from the internet. But here's a good one right here. So with this particular article, you can see that it got the title, the authors, it pulled the abstract, the name of the journal, the volume number, the page numbers, the year it was published, all this, the DOI number, everything is pulled automatically. Now, this saves a tremendous amount of time when you are, of course, doing and conducting research. And that is the beauty of using the Zotero software. It pulls this for you automatically rather than you having to type it by hand yourself. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through 3 different examples, pulling 3 different types of sources that are commonly found on the internet. So the first one we're going to do is a journal article. So you can see right here, I already pulled it up. We have the title, the author's name. Over here we have the name of the journal, the volume, the year it was published. Down here we have the abstract. Now, what Zotero is going to do is when I click on the little icon, it's going to pull all this information automatically for me. So let's see if this will work. Okay. Try it one more time. All right, there we go. So the information is pulled, it's saved to keep. Keep is the name of my file inside Zotero. You can look at that on your own time, have IT help you with that. And so here off to my right is the article I just pulled. So again, notice, I will show you how this works. So his name is Barry Zimmerman. The article is Self-Regulated Learning and Academic Achievement and Overview. And so you can see right here, I know it's tiny, but Self-Regulated Learning and Academic Achievement and Overview. Barry Zimmerman, all the information is right there. It's beautiful. They even take the abstract for you. And just with one click of the button, all this information is already in my computer. Now, let's go to the next step. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cite this information inside my word processor. So I'm just going to make a sentence. This is an example sentence. Hey, and I need a reference for that. Okay, remember this is pretend. So what do? I go off to my little plugin here off to the upper left, and I click on Add Edit Citation. Now the first time you do this, it's going to ask for what type of referencing or what type of referencing style system you want to use. Now in my background, I use APA 6th edition. All right. The other thing is you can kind of don't want to touch those too much. Just leave them the way they are. Click OK. And now notice how I have this new bar that pops up. I have to now tell Zotero who do I want from my program. Now I want Zimmerman. I just pulled him from the internet, so I type his name in. Now as I'm typing his name in, notice here's the article that I just pulled, Self-Regulated Learning and Academic Achievement and Overview. But there's also a second one. The second article is from information I pulled in a previous study. I don't want that. I want the first one. So I click on that and then I press enter. And you can see, voila, it's right there. Everything is already nice and clean for me, done automatically. That's the beauty of it. So let's go back now. We're done with the journal article. Let's take a look at how to do a book. So how do we do a book using Zotero? So here's the book that I want. Values and Academic Achievement by Shaikh Shamsuddin and etc. people. So to do this, again, I click on my icon. This time it's the book. I click on this. And then I check to make sure that it was downloaded properly. And you can see that we have to double check this. All right, let's do it one more time. All right, let's see here. All right, there it is this time. So here it's called a book. They give you the title of the book and the author and the abstract. Again, it's not always perfect. Some information is not quite here, but if something is missing that you need, you can always type it in. So if I want to add the URL, I can add it as I see fit if I desire. I want to put in the volume number, I can add that as I see fit. Zotero is not perfect, but it will save you a lot of time. So one problem that I see with this example is I only got the first author. If I wanted to get all of the authors, I would have to add them manually by pressing the little plus sign here, and I can add the other authors. Okay, that's how you would have to do that. If I want to remove an author, I press the minus sign. So we go back to LibreWriter now. This is another example sentence. Just do that. Let's see, what was this guy's name? Shama. Okay, so we put this in. I go back here. I want to add a citation. Shama. All right, there he is right there. All my information is pulled. Shama 2008. Shama Shuden, excuse me. So you can see how this is starting to work out. Now I want to show you one more example, and this is just pulling from like a regular website. This is from the Los Angeles Times in California. And so I want to pull this information right here. This is what I want to do. And so again, I go back up to my little Zotero, what do you call it? My Zotero icon, and I click right here. Let's see here. And let's see here. Okay, so you can see that now inside my program is here. So this is the web page. It gives me the title of the web page. It even gives me the authors, and it gives me a little bit of the abstract and other information. So it looks like this. The first author is Welsh Howard Bloom Welsh. So I go now to my Zotero. This is yet another example sentence. Let's see here. I click on Add Citation, Welsh. All right, Welsh, and there's no date for this one. I would have to manually look up the date here. Looks like if you look closely, looks like the date is 2018. I hope you can see that now, right there, 2018. So if I wanted the date, I would have to manually put that in, like so, and then go back to Zotero. I'll show you one more little trick here. Now I want to update this, so because I didn't get the date. So if I want to do that, I click on the little circle here that says refresh, and now the date is there. Again, this is just completely beautiful, amazing software that we have here. Now, one more thing that I would like to show you is that it is common for people to want to, say for example, just have the year. So if you want to do that, you can click right here. Let me slow down. Go to the author you want to remove their name, and then click on Add Citation. And then when you do that, click on their name, and then you can click here Suppress Author. If you do that, notice how the last name disappeared. This is common, of course, as you know, when you want to use the author's name as the subject of the sentence or as some part of the actual sentence and not just inside the parentheses. Okay, now the last thing I want to show you is how to make the bibliography. This is again something else that takes a lot of time when you do it manually. If you go again back to your plugin, again I'm in LibriWriter, or of course you'll probably be in Microsoft Word. If you look right here, it says Add Edit Bibliography. If I click on this, it'll automatically make it. Everything is set up. We even have the indentation, and of course, yes, it's alphabetical by the first author's last name. A totally beautiful, practical, excellent software that really saves you a lot of time. So in this particular video, we took a look at the Zotero software, and we looked at, first of all, the three parts that work together to make this happen. You need the Zotero Firefox extension or Chrome extension. You need the plugin for the Zotero plugin for LibriWriter, or if you're using Microsoft Word, and of course you need the Zotero program. For the Zotero extension for Firefox, all it does, it pulls the information from the internet and puts it inside the program. By the program, I'm talking about this screen right here. Now, for the Zotero LibriWriter plugin or Microsoft Word plugin, it pulls the information from the Zotero program to put inside your document, which I demonstrated right here. In this particular video, we looked at three different ways that you can use this. We looked at it for using an article for Zimmerman. We looked at it for a book with Shama Shudin. And we looked at it for a website with Welsh 2018. And the last thing that we looked at was how to make the bibliography as done here. So I hope this video was useful for you. I want to thank you for listening, and you take care.